So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Interagency Forum meeting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask people individually to introduce themselves one at a time as you give your updates to us, rather because we've got quite a lot of people and I don't want to, elongate the meeting any longer than we need to. So what I'll do, I've had a couple of requests for people who need to speak early in the meeting because they have to leave early. So first of all, could I ask Paul Sheehan to start, please?
Hi there, good afternoon everybody. My name's Paul Sheehan. I'm in the Baines Council Public Health and Preventative Services team.
Okay, Paul, would you like to give your update now? Sorry, I don't think I was particularly clear there. Sorry, yeah, if you just introduce yourself when I come to you and let us know who you're working for, like Paul just did, and then give your update, which should last like 2 to 3 minutes. That'd be great.
Apologies, it's my first meeting. Can you tell?
Okay, Paul, no problem.
So hi everybody. No, I've just been invited just to come along today just to give a brief update just in terms of COVID. So Sarah Dixon had mentioned that it might be useful for me just kind of dropping in. A lot of this stuff I can literally just pop out over to Mark and hopefully he can distribute this in an email afterwards. So I don't have loads to say, but I was just kind of wondering really if there were any particular questions that people had around COVID at the moment. I know there's an awful lot of information in the media around kind of variants and around testing and everything else. Just to let you know, I'm here for queries. We can compile them if you like. I can answer a few quick queries now if that's okay. Entirely up to you. But that's all really I had to say.
So any questions from anyone for Paul at all? No, I can't see any hands virtually or up at the moment. Paul, if anyone has anything that they want to put into the chat at all for Paul, if you prefer to do it that way, please do so, and we can either pass it on or Paul will pick it up as we go. Okay, moving on then. Can I ask Ruth Atkins to give the update next, please?
Hi everyone, I'm Ruth Atkins and I'm Head of Public Engagement and Insights for Somerset, Swindon and Wiltshire Clinical Commissioning Group, and I posted a couple of messages in the chat this morning. We're giving you a heads up, save the date for our annual general meeting and also a new website for the BSW partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Okay, can I ask, is there anyone else who needs to leave early today who'd like to speak next? I see, Vicki, you've got your hand up. If you'd like to go next, please, Vicki.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, I'm Vicki Stone. I'm here with my colleague, Kate Mainprice, who's just some words on the screen at the moment. There she is. We work for Sustrans, the Sustainable Transport Charity, and we are Livable Cities and Towns officers, and we're covering the west of England. And our aim is to work with and support and empower residents to make changes in the areas that they live to improve livability, which means being able to live locally and having access to services, amenities, and all your day-to-day needs within a 20-minute walk round trip. So we are working in Bath at the moment, and we're just starting to work with Baines Council. We are supporting a couple of communities, Twerton and
Oh, we seem to have lost you, Vicki.
and inclusion. So,
sorry, we lost you. I don't know whether everyone lost you then, but we lost you at our end for a couple of seconds then.
Oh, sorry.
You've got to say you were working with people in Twerton, sorry.
Okay, yes. So Twerton and Coombe Down, yeah, we're supporting them to hopefully apply for livable neighbourhoods, to be a livable neighbourhood. And we are about to talk to Baines Accessibility Forum to see if we can, find out how the forum works and see if diversifying the voice within that forum is useful. and also Pedal Progression, who are developing a bike track on Entry Hill. We're starting to work with them and support them to engage with local people as well, so that they can direct the design of the bike park. And yeah, generally we're interested to know what's happening in Bath, and really interested in working with various organisations throughout Bath to support livability within the city. And that's it, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. And did you say your colleague Kate was it with you? Did you have anything?
Just me.
Do you have anything to add at all, Kate? Or
No,
no?
Vicky
Lovely.
covered it all very well.
Thank you very much. That's great. Okay, what I'll do, I'll sort of move that. I've got a list of people. As I say, I'll come to you just in the order of my list now, and then if you have nothing to say, just let me know, and we'll move on. So, can I ask Richard Burgess to speak next, please?
He's had to go to the chat.
Oh, sorry, I think Richard's had to go. Sorry. So, can I ask Marilyn Saunders, please?
Hiya, I'm Marilyn. I work for BathMind. I help to run the befriending service. I'm not really here to update on anything as such, but I can answer questions if there are any. I'm new to the role, and I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to get to know everyone and just to use this as a sort of networking opportunity. But yeah, if you have any questions about what we do at Befriending or at BathMind, please ask. Oh,
So, super.
yeah.
I just wondered, are you just doing telephone befriending at the moment, or are you starting face-to-face befriending? Thank you.
Yeah, hi Sue. So the befriending service is just via the telephone, and it's Monday to Friday, 9 till 5 p.m. and it's run by myself and my colleague Tim. He's part-time. We also work closely with the breathing space team, and they run face-to-face and phone call services, and they are evenings, and they're more of a crisis support line, but we work closely together, and we do have service users that use both provisions. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Lovely, thank you, Marilyn. Okay, Sue, I knew want to come back.
Sorry, can I ask a supplementary question? So is it all provided by staff rather than volunteers? So that was my last question.
Yes, it's all based with staff. We have part-time and full-time staff, and we have like bank staff as well that work for the breathing space team.
Lovely. Is that okay, Sue? Does that answer your question? Lovely. Well, I'll stay with you, Sue, if that's okay. I'll come to you next, if that's okay.
Okay, sorry, I've got somebody might knock on my door shortly. So just briefly, so I'm from Age UK, which is why I was interested in the befriending, because we also have befriending, but it's run by volunteers. Well, it's primarily volunteer provision. So the main thing I just wanted to say is that some people might have known Janet Dabbs, who is our chief exec for 15 years. So she's finished working with us a few weeks ago, just to take a bit of a career break. I'm sure she'll be back. But that her role has now been taken over by Simon Allen, who some people might know. I've seen him briefly in the office. So Simon Allen's the new chief exec at Age UK. So, you know, that's going to be a sort of changing time for us. And I just really wanted to flag up that the information and advice team are still busy taking referrals. So any information or advice for older people around benefits advice, applications, other advice issues would be really welcome. And also just to say, our day clubs, they reopened in sort of February, March, so they're still on limited numbers, but we have a day club in Bath, Keynsham and Midsummer Norton, so they're continued being open, and hopefully as time, you know, when the restrictions allow, they'll be open to sort of full-time numbers. So if anyone has any older people who might like to join a day club, it's not a free service, you know, please do make referrals. And also some of our other activities like the Click Cafe that runs in Bath, and we're hoping that will reopen in July. once the COVID restrictions allow. And at-home service, all the other home services are continuing as they have done. But that was it. Thank you.
Marilyn, I think you wanted to have a question. Is that a question for Sue?
Yeah. Hi, Sue. How much is it per session to attend the groups? Because I think I probably have quite a few service users that would be interested. And also a secondary question, how is it, what is the best way to refer to you?
So the day clubs, it's like a whole day and there's transport provided, and it costs, I think it's £22. It's roughly, so I'm getting different prices muddled up. It's roughly £22 for the day. So it's like it's a sort of 10 till 3-ish day with transport, meals, etc. And in terms of, pardon me, referring people, that can either be made over the phone, 466 135, or I presume there's a way of making referrals through the website. To be honest, I'll have to check that, and I can maybe share it back via chat, the chat, if I put our website in there.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
Lovely, thank you. Can I ask Anna Dietrich, is that correct? Hi, Anna.
Yeah, hi, sorry, I was raising my hand anyway just to ask a quick question to Sue, if I may.
Of course, yeah.
Hi, brilliant, thank you. Sue, I was wondering, the Click Cafe, can you tell me a bit more about that, what that is, or what it used to be, and what it hopefully will be again?
Yeah, so it's volunteer-led, a drop-in session that was on a Wednesday morning in the St Michael's Day Centre in the middle of town. And basically, people could go in with a mobile phone, a laptop, a tablet, and if they had maybe a specific question about how to use it, or they maybe wanted some help with a particular way of using that, they could sort of get face-to-face, one-to-one support from a volunteer. That obviously stopped when COVID hit, like many other things, but the hope is to restart it again. The difficulty is, you have to be quite close to someone in order to be able to help them with an IT problem, but the aim is to support people to be more confident using their tablets, devices, what have you. We have tried providing some support over the phone throughout this period, but it works for like a really limited number of people, and it has been really difficult to support people that way.
Yeah, because people are scared to press buttons or to do the wrong thing, and if you're not right there and do it with them or for them and show them this is safe to do, obviously. I totally get it. Okay,
yes,
thank you very much for that.
Thanks.
And over to me, I guess, introducing myself. Hi everybody, my name is Anna Dietrich, which is a bit of a tricky one, it's a German name. I am like Marilyn, very new in my role. I am the regional lead for Clean Slate. Clean Slate has been around in Bath for quite some time, and we've been also around in London, and we have explored Gloucester and Wales now, and I'm the regional lead for the west of England now, started just a week ago, so bear with me while I try to get to know everybody and how everything works around here. I'm also joining to get to know everybody and see if there's some potential to work together to help people, to support people. The times are pretty dire at the moment, I think. So what we do is we also help with digital literacy, similar like the Click Cafe, what you just mentioned. But we also help with financial literacy. So what we do, or what we have been doing over the last 18 months in COVID, is run our services remotely, where we used to have almost exclusively drop-in cafes, libraries, our own office where people could just come in, and we would support them there. So this has all been online now, and the DWP has found this very interesting, so we get in contact with them. So we're expanding at the moment, which is why I'm now here in the west of England to relaunch the service in Bristol, and hopefully continue and maybe grow in Bath and relaunch in South Gloss. If there's any questions, do shoot away.
Can't see any hands up, so oh no, okay. Moving on then. Can I ask Mary Jane Hunter to speak next, please?
Oh, hi everyone. This is my first meeting as well. I look after the volunteers and the local groups in most of the Southwest, and I just wanted to sort of reach out to you to make sure that you know about Parkinson's UK services. Did I say I work for Parkinson's UK? I don't think I did. So it's Parkinson's UK has got an awful lot of services that might be useful for any clients that you come across with Parkinson's. We've got a helpline, we've got Parkinson's local advisors that can give quite detailed information and support on, you know, Parkinson's itself, diagnosis, local services, benefits, you name it, they're there to help people and the carers and family as well. We've got an awful lot of resources that are there free of charge for people, and also resources for and training for professionals. And we've got about 350 groups across the country that are led by volunteers to support people locally, including the Bath branch, which normally do an awful lot. At the moment, they've gone online, but they've got 4 online meetings a month. They produce a newsletter, which is a really good way for people to keep in touch. So I just wanted a heads up, really, that, you know, that there is support out there for people with Parkinson's. Mark, you're on mute.
Thank you. Yeah, common mistake, that one, isn't it? I just asking if there was any questions for Mary. I can't see any hands at the moment. Sorry, I've just not got everybody on my screen, so I'm having to sort of check both screens as we go. Okay. All right, can I ask Claire Harding to speak next, please?
I'm just here alongside my colleague Hilary Cox, so I'm kind of more here to observe. So can I pass you along?
Yeah, of course. If Hilary would like to speak, then that'll be fine. Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Hello. Yes, I'm Hilary Cox, and like Claire, we work for the library service, outreach and development officers. I used to come to interagency meetings, but this is the first time I've done it on Zoom. A couple of things I wanted to talk about is our libraries are open. To let everybody know, the 3 core libraries at Bath, Midsummer Norton and Keynsham has been open through this last lockdown. The government allowed libraries to be open. They recognise their role in mental health and wellbeing. So this click and collect, place reservations, unlimited browsing. We're gradually extending the offer, but you know, people still can't just go in and sit and you know, no loitering, unfortunately. But you can at least go in and borrow books and use PCs. Our community-run libraries, we've got 7 of those. They're all back up and running. They're all part-time, volunteer-led. Different organisations lead them. So again, out in the communities, people can use those libraries. I can via Mark, I could email the list of them and their opening hours and what partners they work with, like cafes or the post office and that sort of thing. And all of the libraries will be getting the Reading Well collections. This is the core libraries, but again, Bath, Midsummer Norton, Keynsham. We're going to get the full set of adult, children's and young adult Reading Well books, which help with mental health, self-help books for mental health. The government has paid for this for every library in England, again, in recognition of the consequences of the pandemic. And the community-run libraries will have selected titles. So again, just pass the word out to your teams and your volunteers that there are things out there for people who you feel might benefit from it. I'm also here to talk about Reading Friends, which is sort of partner service with Reading Well. And again, this was something that was rolled out a couple of years ago. Oh dear, sorry, this is very embarrassing. I've now got a phone call and it looks as though it's a works phone call. Mark, you're going to have to come back to me, okay?
That's okay.
Sorry
I'll come
about
back to
that.
you shortly, Hilary. That's okay. But while Hilary's taken her call, I just wanted to say that my colleague Alison Wells is with me today, and you'll notice in the chat, she's putting a lot of links and a lot of information through so that people can follow up. If you're all happy to receive this information, what I can do is I can pull off the chat report at the end of the call and email it to you. Is everyone okay with that? Yeah. Yeah, if that's brilliant. Okay, it will just save you if you're scribbling away or trying to write long websites down. It's sort of easier probably to be able to just, as I say, take it off of a report after the call is finished. Lovely. Okay, I think Hillary's going to be on our call for a moment. So, Sally, Sally Davis, did you have an update to give us at all?
No, I was just listening as a counsellor.
Okay, thanks, Sally. Okay. Sarah Ahmed, would you like to speak next?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm working with DHI, so I'm a placement student at DHI, which is in Bath, and I'm just here to observe and get to know about all of you. Yeah.
That's fine, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, next name I've got is Danny Kilcoyne. Is that correct?
Yeah, well said, Mark.
Okay, thanks.
No one normally gets it right. Yeah, so I'm the new team leader for the independent living service at Curo. So I've been in post about 6 months now, so I thought I would just come along and observe and see if I can take anything away from the meeting and bring it to you guys. So yeah, no updates from me at the moment. Just
thanks, Danny. That's great.
Sitting and watching.
Perfect. Okay. Is Joe Salisbury with us at all?
I am indeed.
Hello, Joanne.
Hello. So my name is Jo Salisbury and I'm a fuel poverty advisor and I work for a charity called Centre of Sustainable Energy. So we are based in Bristol, but we do work throughout the Southwest. I'm actually based in Bath. So I work 3 days a week in the community and 1 day a week at the IUH, although I'm not going up there at the moment because of COVID. We help people who are either in fuel poverty or at risk of being in fuel poverty. And so COVID, obviously, sort of like our referrals have gone up huge. We've had an increase of 43% in referrals, which is equated to 21,000 calls. So we've seen an increase mainly in single men, so unemployed single men who have been furloughed, who are at risk of getting into fuel debt, and people with huge debts. So people coming out with water debts, fuel debts of £10,000–15,000 cumulative. So we can help people tackle fuel debts. So we can look at applying for grants to clear those debts. We can do tariff comparisons with them to hopefully reduce their fuel costs and bring their costs down. We can also look at the efficiency of the houses, so we can see if they need draft proofing or apply for funding, because there's quite a bit of funding out there to have insulation done or new boilers or ground heat pumps or whatever they need to sort of like be more energy efficient. We can also look at increasing people's income, so sort of like more money coming in so they can actually pay for the bills, because obviously in the 21st century we don't feel that people should be making a choice to either heat or eat. Referrals, you can refer into our system. I will pop the link into the chat so you can refer directly to us. Feel free to give me a call or happy to take any questions.
That's great.
Okay.
Anybody, any questions? No, can't see any hands up. That's fantastic. Okay. Lovely.
Joe, sorry.
Oh, hello, Danny.
Sorry, Danny. Hi, sorry. Joe, could I have your contact details, please?
You can indeed. I'll pop them in the.
Would be great.
I'll pop them in the chat, Danny.
Thank you.
Lovely. Okay, thank you, Joe. That's really useful. Thank you very much. Hillary, are you back with us now?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. It was actually a customer. I did need to take the call. Yes, I was going to start explaining about Reading Friends, which is an initiative to reach people who are lonely, vulnerable, or feel lonely, vulnerable, and isolated. And we partner them up with a volunteer, or as we call them, a befriender, to have conversations about reading. And it's any sort of reading. It could be, as I describe it, bite-sized reading in any format. So an article you've read in the paper, something you've heard on the radio, a play you've seen on the television, or it could be, you know, traditional books or poetry. And again, the government has put a lot of money into this because they recognise it, you know, that loneliness is a huge issue. We're actually having problems reaching the participants. We've got quite a few volunteers without any effort. There's a lot of people wanting to help, but we're finding, yes, we're just not reaching the people who could benefit from this service. We've had links with Bath Mind and referrals from them and from Age UK. Sue, I don't know if you recognise my name, but we've got a meeting on Friday to move forward. You know, it is a befriending service, but you know, a library-based one based on reading. So you know, if any of you want to contact me to see if, you know, you feel you can reach your clients, it'll be really good. Okay, any questions, any of you?
Perfect. Thank you, Hilary. That's really useful. Thank you very much. Can I now come to
Thanks, Mark.
John Starkey next, please?
Yeah, hi. I work for St John's Foundation. We are based in the city centre. We do a lot of stuff. We have almshouses, about 100 flats for people age over 65. We do outreach for elderly people, but I work on the crisis fund, which is a very specific part of our funding team. We provide items for people who are in financial difficulty or vulnerable individuals, vulnerable families. We can provide things like kitchen appliances, carpets. We can pay people's rent arrears, utility bill arrears, council tax arrears. Basically, there's very little we don't do, actually. There are some exceptions, but not many. So basically, as long as an individual or family within Bath and North East Somerset meets our criteria, then we can potentially help. We have a referral system. A few of you, I do recognise your names, so I think a few of you may have referred to us in the past. That's the summary of it, really. I don't know if any others of you who haven't heard of the Crisis Fund work with people who may benefit from it, but it's certainly worth a look, because there's no age limit, any age, as long as it's within Bath and North East Somerset, we can potentially help.
Thank you, John. I can't see no hands up at this stage, so what I will do, I'll move on to ask Rachel Potter if you have an update for us, Rachel.
Hi everyone, this is the first time I've been to one of these meetings. I'm the Regional Engagement Lead for Couth, which is a young person service. We're a free, safe and anonymous wellbeing support and advice service for Bath and North East Somerset. I also cover South Gloss, Bristol and Somerset, so we're age 11 to 18 in all those areas, so up until the 19th birthday young people can access us. I tend to go out and I've been delivering virtually information services in schools and colleges, talk to GPs, hospitals, school nursing, everyone who deals with young people, just so that they know that the service is available. And we run alongside local agencies and organisations as well. We're a commission service, so we're free at point of access for young people. We're anonymous, but we do pre-moderate everything that goes live on our site as well. So it's a very safe space for young people to access. We're a nationwide company. So as I say, we're in various different areas around Baines as well. We have been in Baines since 2016, so we're quite a well-established service, so a lot of you may have heard of us. And again, if you want any more information, you can just contact me. As I say, I've been in most schools and delivered assemblies back in the day when we were allowed out, but I've been doing virtual deliveries now, so if anybody's got any questions. Oh, and we've got our online team, so if young people want to have a chat with us, they're online from midday till 10 PM during the week and 6 PM till 10 PM at weekends every single day.
Thank you, Rachel. Okay, moving on. Can I ask Janet Homewood, please, for your update, please?
Sorry, just trying to get unmuted there.
Okay.
Hello, this is my first meeting. I'm here from Bath Safe House, which is run by the Salvation Army. We provide a service for survivors of modern slavery. And at the moment we're trying to connect into all the local services for our residents to help them to recover and to gain their independence. So I haven't got a lot to offer to the meeting today, but I'm here to find out really what services I can get for our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Okay, next on my list, I've got Cara Aylette.
Hello there. Like some other people, it's my first time at this meeting and certainly in this capacity. So I am Curo's Employability Service Manager, just recently took that role over. Our team provide a range of employability, pre-employability services. Traditionally, a lot of people have thought that it's based around Curo residents only, but it's not. So it's anyone within BANES, and in fact, further afield. Generally speaking, if we tend to have housing stock in that area, we would consider that a place where we could work with people. In terms of pre-employability services, we provide a range of support services to address barriers to employment. We're also running a range of work initiatives, including educational and work placements. We're doing Kickstart, sector-based work academies and traineeships. In terms of employability, again, it's all about providing access to vocational skills, accredited training and jobs. We also provide a range of apprenticeships, both internally and through facilitating them elsewhere. We have a commission service which provides guidance and activity and advice services to develop essential skills, confidence, self-belief for 16 to 18-year-olds. We do work a lot with our temporary accommodation units in relation to that, but again, anyone who comes within that age range would be someone that we could work with. So it's, as I said, sort of 16 to 18, but we can work, if we've engaged with those people, we can work up to 19. Apart from that, we are interested in doing anything which really supports the regional economic development. And part of what I would like to extend today is an invitation to anyone who's interested in working with us, not only in terms of our employability, but also in terms of maybe getting together and thinking about partnerships where we could look at funding. I'm here and waiting for you to contact me.
Thank you very much. Any questions at all for Cara at all? Okay, no. Okay, Richard Yates from Citizens Advice. Have you got your update for us, Richard?
Yep, thanks very much. So we are still open for referrals through web form and through our normal telephone service. We're taking referrals from the Compassionate Communities Hub at Peasdown St John. Hi, Marilyn. And doing quite a lot of referral into Clean Slate through that mechanism. Still helping Mr. Starkey spend his St John's money. Thank you, John. So we're doing a lot of debt work at the moment. As Joe said, we're seeing a lot of people coming through with quite a lot of energy debt at the moment, and we're doing an awful lot of benefit work and income maximization for people. Starting to see a slight increase in employment queries and discrimination in dismissals and when furloughs coming to an end as well. But that's not a big one for us at the moment. It's primarily debt and benefits. We have a source of funds for people on prepayment gas and electric meters. So last time I checked, I'd got about £30,000 to distribute there. So if anybody finds a client with a risk of disconnection on a prepayment meter for gas and electric, please get in touch. We can help them out there. that's us.
Thanks, Richard. Richard, I've got a quick question for you. Do you have any indication of queries increasing regarding people being evicted at all, with the changes in the law coming very quickly upon us now?
No, we're not seeing a great deal of that at the moment. No, we're keeping quite close tabs on what are our leaders, if you like. And yeah, eviction's not going up there, but we don't tend to get a lot of that stage. Around Baines, Reach tend to mop up quite a lot of the kind of tenancies that are at risk, to try and help those tenancies be sustained rather than get to eviction stage. We're mainly seeing large ad hoc debts, and we're seeing a lot of families who are suddenly hitting the benefit system for the first time, and that's quite a culture shock to them if they've never been in that situation before.
Thank you, Richard. Does anyone else have any questions for Richard at all? Okay. Rich Blake Lobb.
Hi there. Good to be here. I think I'm joining the crowd of new people this morning. There seems to be a few of us, doesn't there? I am the new CEO of the Life Project, which is a small charity. It's a Christian charity, and so some of what we do is distinctly Christian and probably will only appeal to certain people. But the other side of what we do is much more open to all, which is there's two sides of things. One is our parent carer support work. So we work with people with learning disabilities, and so parents of children, young people, adults, any age, if you're a parent or carer, and you have someone that you're responsible for or care for who has learning disabilities, then we have a support group that's now open again and running on Tuesdays at the Western Hub, and from half term, after the kind of half-term break, I think it opens increasingly. And then the other kind of our flagship project, I suppose, is known as the Barn, and we provide life skills, social skills, and so on and so forth for people with learning disabilities. And so we've got an allotment which is down in, this is me trying to learn Bath quickly, the Oldfield Park area. And then the Barn is actually up in English Combe, so it's a really beautiful place to go out to. Not that I get to work there, I've got a little dingy office in Weston that's cold and damp, but there's a beautiful place for people with learning disabilities to go and do life skills. And there are currently some spaces on Tuesdays. So if you know anyone, you're working with anybody, kind of adults with learning disabilities that would benefit from being involved, spending, we say a day, but it's kind of I think it's 9:30ish for an hour at the allotment, and then go up to the Barn for the rest of the day, where we do some art, so drama and art and things, or we've got a workshop, so there'll be woodworking, or there's some metalworking, or be involved in, when we're allowed to, making lunch together, because we always eat a meal together as part of our social skills. So do get in touch. I've put all my details and so on and so forth in the chat. Be great to hear from you.
Thank you, Rich. Okay, Glenn Hartley next, please.
Hi, I'm Glenn Hartley. I'm representing Julian House. I specifically manage the homeless shelter in Mamba Street and our 20-flat property in Grosvenor Terrace, Grosvenor Place. We're seeing increased numbers on the street. I think it's probably due to the end of lockdown and perhaps people getting tired of sofa surfing or outstaying their welcome, but we're certainly seeing increased numbers at the moment, and more people requiring our service. We've actually got the biggest waiting list right now for the hostel that we've had since before lockdown. That's it from me.
Thank you, Glenn. And finally, I believe Sue Merchant. Are you still with us, Sue?
Yeah, that's me. Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
Sue.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, I joined a long list of newbies to this meeting. I I work for a company called Cool Ventures. That's not really important. What's important is we deliver the Baines Business Support Service. It's a commissioned service, so it's free. And the only eligibility is either that the individual lives in Bath or the business is based in Bath. So the service is aimed at individuals who've got a business idea but don't know what to do with it. So we can provide training, advice and guidance and the tools and support to take the individual to a place where they can make a decision as to whether starting a business is right for them. Unfortunately, we don't have any grants to give, but we've got a great team of business experts to provide their guidance and support. In addition to pre-starts, we also work with existing businesses. So if you come across a business who just says, "Oh, do you know what? I need a bit of help with marketing, or I need a bit of help with a bit of planning," send them to us. We'll be able to provide them with that the support. Most of it's online at the moment, so virtual training, and hopefully we will be going back to face-to-face. And hopefully, we can guide them through and provide them with the support and guidance they need. Any questions?
I don't see no hands on the screen at the moment. I think I've asked everybody to speak. Just wanted to sort of come back to everybody really and just ask if anyone's got any other general questions or comments they'd like to make at all. I can't see any. Okay, well, I think in that case, I think that's we've done exceptionally well to keep to very good time today, and it's always nice to finish a meeting nice and promptly. But I hope for those of you that have attended for the first time that you have found it interesting, and we'll see you again in a couple of months when we hold our next meeting. We will send, as I say, all the information that's been shared in the chat today, and also a link to the meeting that's been recorded if anyone wants to share that to anyone who wants to listen to it back at all. And myself and Alison, we're here, for any queries anytime. So please feel free to get in contact with us if there's anything further you need to know. Otherwise, I would say that's it for today. Okay.
Apart from Richard's going to stay on and have a chat.
I think, Richard, you're going to stay on to have a chat with us afterwards. So if you don't hang up yet, Richard, but I think everyone else, you're good to go. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.